A lot of angry people there. One person had to get escorted out of the meeting. It was pretty bad. One of the city council women actually got up and walked out because of statements the mayor made. It was pretty terrible.
Wow.
And I kind of confronted the mayor. A lot of angry people there. One person had to get escorted out of the meeting.
You did?
No, somebody else did.
Okay.
But I was kind of questioning the mayor about some things, and it was just bad. And afterwards, a reporter came up and asked me for some comments, and I gave her some comments as she left. And then I got contacted by this person that is apparently the general assignment reporter. So okay. I think you guys know her, but anyways, so I'm going to do that on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was freelancing, so, like, I didn't know any of those people there. I know Rich, the photographer.
Right.
Because we have, like, a personal connection.
Right.
And I've known him for years. And I know my editor, my former editor, and I know a couple of the freelance writers, but I don't know any of, like, the employees. You know what I mean?
I think Gretchen might know her only because I looked her up. I looked her profile up, and we have a couple similar connections.
Could be
of different people, and Gretchen was one of them. And I was like, oh, and I was wondering if like she knew her through you or something, because I knew you had done some writing for them. So
yeah.
But either way, I get to do that. So I get to bitch about the government some more.
Yay. So you get to like be the angry man yells at clouds
all the time. I'm that guy.
I know you're that guy. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And you're playing a dwarf. I mean, I
know. Yeah, absolutely that guy.
Satire is dead.
Let's get into it. I mean, we don't have Roland / Chris for now. I think there's an outside chance. Does somebody maybe want to just ping him in the chat and just say, hey man, if you just want to jump in at any time, you're welcome. We're starting, but join us whenever you feel like it. Just because if somebody can do that, just so that way we make him feel welcome. And before we get into this, like, I guess I'm gonna just say, since we don't have Chris here, I'm going to encourage exploration. You know what I mean? Just because, like, I mean, you feel free to play the game as you wish you could play the game, but I don't want to go too far without Chris. If you get my drift on that.
Agreed.
So just because, like, you know, this is a game we've been playing for 60 sessions, and I don't want really anybody to miss, but at the same time, since we can play next week and we didn't play last week, I didn't want to miss like a month. So anyway, yeah, so let's just get started. The last session was epic battle number 2 with the white dragons in the southeastern corner of the air elemental node, where you're currently searching out the third of 4 power gems.
Every battle we're in is an epic battle because we're awesome. That's how it goes.
You know, so I become just really quickly, I become sort of I guess a guilty pleasure fan of the show Naked and Afraid. And on this show, people are basically sent naked into the wilderness and they have to survive for 21 days. And every now and then you get somebody at the very beginning of the show that says, like, I'm going to make this jungle my bitch. And you know immediately that's
the guy that's going to fail.
Gonna fucking make it.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that right now. In response to Pete's in-character comment about their awesomeness. That being said, some awesome things did happen, and you did defeat yet another white dragon, one larger with magic, that gave you some trouble. But for your victory, you were rewarded by a massive treasure trove, or access to a massive treasure trove from all the dragons that you fought, all the white dragons that you fought. And amongst the various items was a scroll that had the spells Restoration, Heal, Neutralize Poison, and Raise Dead. And Grey Ash was once again revived from the dead.
Once again.
To walk among Yeah, I could imagine some sort of haunting happening with Grey Ash has now died twice. And he was immediately put to work identifying magic items.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, where? Like, they don't even know why I'm surrounded by like dragon corpses and stuff, and there's like stuff to identify. I'm like, what the hell?
We brought you back so that way you could work for us.
Let me explain. No, there's too much. Let me sum up.
So you took a week to do all of that. You kind of identified everything. You decided what you were going to divvy up. I believe, right? You divvy kind of everything up.
I believe so.
Maybe.
I think so.
Maybe.
I think you did. I think you did. And after the week is up, you are once again amongst the cloud giants. The 4 companions that you've made now. Fulleth, your interpreter, the only woman of the 4 cloud giants, and one who seems to have advocated most on your behalf. Zefkir, the leader, stern, oldest, most powerful, and then Vorag and Mestra. You also know that there was a 5th member of the group, Blemnir, who was killed by the dragons. And I forgot to mention this, but I probably should have. That amongst the area with the treasures and the like, if you recall, the cloud giants noted that there was a gate to the fire node. It's kind of that little there's a creepy looking ghost face almost all the way on the eastern edge of the thing, and there's a little comes off the bottom of it. That piece,
that's the fire node.
Yeah, so it goes to the fire node, but also, and this is important to the giants, they gathered the gnawed upon and broken bones, what little remained of Lemnir. And during the course of the week, while you were identifying things, they held a strange ceremony in the area where you're all sort of resting in the northwestern corner of this area. You also, of course, have 3 dwarven companions that have been helping you, working with you. They were the ones who aided you with Heracos sphinxes, which had been trained to ride by the 3 of the dwarves that remained: Shelwyn, Nogard, and Ramfin, all of the Boulderguard clan, to which, of course, Tuktrin is a part. And he has been searching for these companions for many months. So the 4 of you, plus Roland and Ulrich, the druid, who has now gained the ability to shapeshift into creatures, as you've seen him moving about, practicing animal forms, scouting a bit, confirming what you already knew, along with your dwarven companions and the cloud giants. All of you are gathered in the northwestern caverns there, where you've built a camp and where you are deciding your next course of action. And we will start right there.
Well, why? Do we have any idea what the gem is on this level?
I mean, I don't believe so. I think we've looked through the dragon hordes themselves, and I don't believe we saw anything that at least matched the description that we would kind of associate with the gems.
And Rob, out of character real quick. So the pathway all the way to the north, and then obviously the 2 west and then the southwest, all the ones completely uncovered, we have explored, right? Except for how do I ping them out? I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Yes,
Like
yes.
we haven't finished here.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
We haven't done here, and we haven't done any of the ones up here. So
Whilst we did had the week of rest because the newly raised Grey Ash was doing his business.
right.
Ashwin went on a peruse, was scouting around on a Hierosphinx. So if there's any information that he may have found Rob without getting himself into too much danger.
Yeah, so so the area in the northeast, the winds are really treacherous. And it's hard to fly the Hierosphinx in that area.
There was a smell, if I remember correctly, from up there.
Wasn't there was something about something in like blobs or like bells that like captured people or something? I remember. So I don't remember exactly. There's something weird going on in that right hand area that we were warned about.
When I was up in this northern area scouting around, it was mentioned that there was some sort of scent, something I smelt that alluded me to what might be in the area. I just don't remember what it is.
That's such an interesting comment that you've made because oh yes, right. So there is, you caught the faintest whiff of like something on the breeze up in that area of like death, like a rotting corpse or something like that. It's just the faintest whiff.
Okay.
You're not really sure, like from a specific cavern or whatever. Like I said, the winds are really dangerous kind of over in this area. Particularly in there are three kind of, okay, so like, you know what? I'll ping it on the map here. You see where on the larger cavern on the eastern edge, there is a shelf. Then there's an open sort of a gap area where everything is at ground level. And there are these kind of, there's kind of an alcove, you might even say, where the cavern kind of comes to an end and there's a passageway leading up there. But in that particular area, within a few hundred feet of that area, the winds are insane. Like you really can't even fly over there. I mean, you could. I'm not going to say Ashwin. On a Hierosphinx can't do it at all. But I'm saying like to do so would like you said,
it'd be difficult.
Do it. Yeah. This is Chris. You might be having Chris right now join us. That would be amazing. So it's dangerous for sure. But yeah, that's your sort of the main thing that you gather there. I'll say that there are a few of these bubbles that are floating around in the air near the obelisk that's at the center of the passageway, or at the center of the large cavern in the north. Chris, we are so happy that you are here.
Yes, we are.
Good to see you. Thanks for that.
and in that area there, like I said, there are these sort of large bubbles floating around.
Yeah, we were advised to avoid them because you start messing with them and the creatures inside pop out and
exactly.
It's
and I
not
wanted
friendly.
And I also wanted to mention though that you did notice that there are inscriptions and like runic inscriptions or of some sort on the obelisk itself, on the southern face of the obelisk. So you see that as you fly by. You of course see that enormous gelatinous cube. A couple times you just sort of like have to swerve out of the way of it because it's surprisingly hard to see, even though it's enormous. And there's, of course, that sort of tornado that almost seems that just kind of flies around up and down on the western edge of the cavern. But it seems aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but it definitely seems like it kind of occupies, basically the bottom 2/3 of the western part of the cavern, and it seems malevolent almost in how it interacts with the things that
Okay.
are. You also occasionally see, through the mists and clouds, and in certain areas, gusting snows, like what you think are, maybe a face or a body shape,
Or a baby.
fly through the air on occasion. Almost like if you were in forest, for example. Because Ashwin is a ranger, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So Ashwin, like if you were in a forest, for example, and there were predatory animals stalking just outside of your vision, that's the feeling that you're getting from these things as you see these like distant shapes and forms that seem to just as quickly as you see them, they seem to disappear into the
So being over there feels like I'm being stalked. So I'm going to avoid that solo.
I mean, this is everywhere.
Oh, okay.
All over the large cavern. Like as you're flying around, and because I mean, you're kind of taking more time than you had ever before, because the rest of you were like on a mission, when you've previously flown on these. So this is like you're actually looking around and you're taking more time, and so it seems like there's some malevolent forces.
I mean, I'm interested in the inscriptions on those obelisks. You say runic inscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I make a check at minuses because I don't have any skills in reading runes to determine not necessarily what they say, but the
You don't have any
language and shit. I've got a bunch of languages. Lizard man because they're my sworn enemy. Common Elvish, Orcish, and Dwarfish.
All right. So it's runes.
Yeah.
You can make an intelligence check with so it's a languages for you would be -3. So in intel -3 to get it's I want to describe it as like hieroglyphics in a way. Like, so even though you can't read it, you might be able to still figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. That's a pass. Rolled a 12, got intel 16, so
Perfect.
13 was the need.
All right, that counts as a non-weapon proficiency, so make sure to tick that. So like deciphering the hieroglyphics, there's something
Start earning.
What the?
Huh? Start earning?
Start earning.
Start earning. Right now.
So the runes seem to be of some written in a or formed in a sort of God, how do I want to describe this? Well, we'll just say that there's something otherworldly about these runes. Like you've heard of, distant planes, other places, kind of like where you are right now, these sort of like little self-contained worlds. And there's something about this that makes you think of those things.
Are they reminiscent at all of the rooms that we saw up in the temple on the doors that sort of push some of us away?
I would say that there's certain reminiscence. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, it could just be magic runes or magic runes. JB doesn't know that.
Well, and JB isn't even seeing this, but that's
Yeah.
a good way to.
Yeah,
for
no,
Ashwin-
Ashwin would not go scouting with JB.
No, I don't. Nobody goes
Rude.
So, um, so there is essentially a command word that activates the obelisk, and if you place an object on the top of it and utter that word, it will be encased. The object will be encased in one of these bubbles.
Interesting.
Okay. So from having a look at these, I've derived that it's the obelisk itself that captures whatever's placed above it. Okay, well, I'll share that with the party when I get back to them after I've done all my scouting. But yeah, let's continue on with interesting stuff now that everybody's finally woken up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's good. I think I'm giving you pretty good information you would get out of that trip. All right, so yeah, the rest of you, you're all gathered together. You've missed nothing, Chris. I mean, not nothing, but your character wouldn't have been involved in any of the scenes that have happened so far. But everybody is gathered back after a week of Grey Ash, learning about the magic items and you all distributing them and curing the wounds and doing all of that stuff. So you're all sort of gathered around your campsite, deciding what you're going to do next.
I mean, I feel that we need to go and explore those caves.
Agreed. And these bubbles you spoke of, could the gym have been encased in one of these?
I didn't spot it, but I believe it was that they're just creatures of evil.
Are opaque, so you don't know what's in it.
Yeah, we can't
Okay.
discount that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I concur.
I know nothing of what you speak of, and I've not been paying attention. From the campfire. So sip my refined whiskey that I stole from the temple.
You're drinking evil whiskey.
JB's favorite kind.
Yeah.
If yeah, I mean, I feel that it definitely shouldn't be discounted that it could be in one of these floating bubbles, but it shouldn't be our primary focus, is my opinion. If there is anything of danger in there, we don't know what it is until we wake it up. We should check everything else and ensure that we're safe before we mess with them. After all, we have had warnings from the dwarves and the giants that dangerous creatures reside within.
True.
Agreed.
Not have a good time in those caves last time.
You've done some scouting ahead. Pick a path.
Well, the winds over there are all treacherous, so it's probably best if we move on foot. I mean, I personally pick the furthest north, just because it's I've got no real information on that one, so it would be my next port of investigation. So, if everybody's with me, we can head that way.
If we pick the furthest north, then for the rest of the search, we're making our way back.
All right. Well, that passage is also, in a way, closest to the exit from the caves of the the giants.
One would expect it's probably the safest one out of the lot because, I mean, if anything had come out there to mess with the giants, they'd have squished it. But it's a bit tight for giants to get down, so we don't know if they've explored it yet.
And the dwarves, Shelwyn Nogard and Ramfin, are going to take an expedition to the south, along with Borag and Mestra, two of the cloud giants, to the area where your previous trader who escaped your grasp through shrewd negotiating on his part to come back and haunt your days going forward. That passageway, they're going down there to explore it. Now, the passageways down there are a bit narrow, so the cloud giants have agreed to sort of guard the outer part of it as the dwarves go in and explore that area. The druid Ulrich has taken on the task of trying to overcome the issue of the cloud giants not being able to pass through the gates. So he is sort of hoping that the dwarves might be able to discover something in the south while he's doing bits of like research and experimentation with the other two, Fulleth and Zefkir, in the chamber with the fire rune, the fire gate that we mentioned earlier. So the five of you can head out, and if you recall, the exit area is thick with fog and pretty obscured. You've obviously come to know exactly where it is, but it's good, a good defense. Coming out of it, you're in sort of a shielded area before those winds begin on the east. As it said, you're at the actually kind of curving around the bottom of a large cliff. Now, change. Oh, I'll just be honest with you, Luke. I still had your character's name as Arena on my piece of paper here, and I just had to switch.
No, it's a good job I've updated my name everywhere. Otherwise, I'd have been called Arena all day.
Yeah, exactly. I know I did that last time with David because he was Gray Ash before he turned back to Gray Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can either then, if you're going on foot, you can either climb up the cliffside, which is 40
Some
feet.
of us would find it easier than others.
Yeah, it's 40 feet up. I wouldn't say it's like a sheer cliff, but it's by no means easy. It's not particularly windy here, but there's a breeze.
Would the time to go around be that long?
No, it would not be that long at all, but I just wanted to mention it because climbing up the cliffside, if you went in that direction, you're kind of just coming straight out of the mist. So you haven't really put yourself out in the open. Whereas around the other edge is like the path that's easiest, and certainly all of you would make fine. It's a, ascending hill, and there's, bits and pieces of it that you have to kind of climb up a bit, but none of you would have any real difficulty with that. But you would be more out in the open.
Well, if we've got a length of rope, I can climb up there and set it, and those that are less nimble will be able to utilize that to climb up.
I have this rope. It clambers about like a snake, although rather slowly. I like chuck it on the floor and command it.
Yoop. How is it? How long is it?
Oh, I got no idea. I think it's a 50 foot or 100 foot.
I feel like it's pretty long.
I know mine was 25.
My rope of climbing, but can't
Yeah.
I just tie another rope to the end of
Yeah.
it?
Well, I've got rope of entanglement, so it doesn't necessarily need to be quite as long, but put them together and they would be.
Oh, you have the rope of entanglement.
Yes.
How about I have a rope of climbing?
Rope of climbing, I think, might be a little bit longer. Let's see here.
Probably, but if we need extra.
Whoa, what? It's 60 feet long.
There you go.
Dang, dude. And it weighs 3 pounds.
Up, you lazy fucker. I say to it.
And it can go 10 feet per round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it can support 3,000 pounds. Holy cow.
Wow.
Jesus, what?
Attached
So
to
can we
mule.
all just, I was going to say, can we all just grab a hold of it near the top and it just drag us all up?
The thing is when it
Maybe.
climbs like crevices that are sheer and like hangs on stuff, it like doesn't just, you know what I mean? That's the way it's only 10 foot around.
Yeah, I
so it
mean, I
really
feel
will
like-
go up Everest.
You could like all grab like one end and Roland would stand on the ground with the other end and extend it out. And as long as you held on, you would literally
Get dragged to the top.
yeah, that it says one end of the rope must be held by a character when the magic is invoked.
Got yeah.
And then once
Oh,
one
that's
of
a
us
good way
gets to
around.
the top, we can just take over, hold on to
Yeah.
it, and drag Roland up as well. Boss, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Could you just this is fucking D&D magic shit right here.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's so cool. All right, so yeah, Roland, extends his arm up and all of you grip tighter. I mean, I could imagine that the different characters in the group as the thing ascends, like Ashwin is like probably like holding on like with like one arm and like a leg wrapped around and weapon in one hand at the ready, and JB certainly has no trouble. But I just imagine the wizard maybe
Yeah.
a bit less dexterous at holding on to the rope, but Tuctrin though the dwarf is a little funny to me. So
Well, that's what the rope of entanglement is for. We're just going to entangle Tuctor in so he's secure.
So true. Yes.
Tuctrin's 3,000 pounds on his own. He's a stout
Wow.
dwarf.
pretty stout. Yeah, so you may all make it up there, and then Ashwin takes the end of the rope, the other end of the rope, and takes command of the power of the item and pulls Roland up from the other end, and before you know it, the five of you are atop the caverns, walkway that's on the eastern edge of the cavern. Now, so this is actually where you've climbed up to is quite a large
Is it here?
quite a large sort of platform area. And it overlooks a lot of things. I mean, you can see the clouds sort of. This is, like I said, it's 40 feet up. So it's not like you're towering over everything, but you're able to see a bit here and there. But the big thing you notice is like as soon as you climb over the edge, oh my gosh, the wind is so different here. It's like, you quickly all learn to stay, move back from the edge a little bit, just because there's like these gusts of wind. And you can sense the danger of it.
It's all right. I'm only a small elf, so I feel.
I see where
okay.
the cube is. Was that big cube volume?
Yeah. So, looking for it, you can catch glimpses of it. It's kind of near the southern edge of it, through cloud and fog and mist, but it's more towards the south. But yeah, you can see like every now and then you see this, strange gleam of the massive gelatinous cube.
I'm looking at this. There's got to be some good treasure inside that thing, but how the hell?
You're welcome to look.
You imagine every now and then you're like, did I just catch a glimpse of some maybe a scroll case?
Probably look up to the ceiling and make sure there's no like fucking tentacle monsters coming down to snap me in half.
Smart.
Very smart.
That's a different movie.
No, that was a different session.
I pulled out the Temple of Elemental Evil dice again, so that's it's kind of fun. I hadn't used them for a few sessions. All right, so yeah, so you get up onto that shelf, and again, there's there's an opening, you know, at the edge. There's an opening kind of directly. Well, you guys kind of came on the northern edge of it, but still, there's an open. Let's see.
What's a Roland? Is Roland using his fire sword or not? Apparently,
or the dragon sword. God, Roland's got so many swords to choose from. Every sword we get is a bastard sword, and Roland goes, "I'll have that."
Yep.
You never have too many bastard swords.
Yeah, exactly. I think I've stashed.
Well, we have maxed out on bastards.
Something is you put it in the bag last time. You wrapped it and put it in the bag.
I think I'm using the dragon sword because it's just the most posh. But I do like Scully, my skull sword, the most.
I've got the same
Because
bow
it's
I
just a
started the
really
game
plain-
with. Bowl status quo.
+2
Flame sword,
cold iron
skull
bastard.
sword, dragon sword.
I say to Roland, it's like, if you're not using the fire sword, may I hold on to it? I can't fight with it, but it might be useful for some of my magics.
Ah, as you wish then. Well, I suppose I retrieve the burning sword and put away the dragon sword.
It also lights up the way.
True. Also, I like
I
the
probably look
keys.
ridiculous holding a sword. You see that, like, this eight strength wizard holding this bastard sword in two hands, like.
Well, hello, buddy. What you gonna do with that?
I can use the flames for magic, I believe.
I use the command word, like I go Chirac or whatever, and it goes.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
Reference there.
Chirac.
Little Raceland Dragonlance reference there.
We
Okay.
move forward.
So,
I think it was light actually, Chirac, but never mind. I move, and I'm like, I push forward with it so we can use his magics as requested. It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
You know, that druid was quite impressive, though. You should have seen that lightning magic he'd cast. It was most tremendous.
Be more reliable than my own.
No, I would say not. I'd say yours was quicker, and in fact more accurate. But that's the whole thing with nature, isn't it? I say.
Yeah.
Trying to be a bit like friendly because I've got low charisma now, but I'm trying to be really friendly to Greyhawk. So I'm sitting in ages like, yes.
Nature is an impressive force.
Yes, I would concur. Listening into the conversation, being a beast of nature myself.
So you're all having this, conversation as you're walking into the lair of the horrendous beast monsters.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Now you say that, I think I'm going to take a step back rather than forward. No.
No, I'll reveal this. So it doesn't take you too long before, kind of curve around to the north. The passageway, it goes, it's a long passageway. The space is huge. Yeah, I mean, a couple hundred feet before it opens up into a passage running roughly northwest, leads to a cave nearby. No, leads to a cave. Maybe that's right. Okay, let me start over. A passage running roughly northwest leads to a cave nearly 200 feet long and over 100 feet wide in areas. The air here is very cold, and the walls glisten with patches of ice. Near the center of the high-ceilinged cave is a large stone seat, almost throne-like, atop which sits a flesh-covered skeleton bedecked in robes of fine linen. One hand of the undead creature rests upon a rod-like, I should say, of the dead creature, rests upon a rod-like device with a green gem at one end.
Okay.
Ooh,
To imply that it's undead. It just looks like it's dead.
JB,
Yes.
that looks rather shiny.
One hand,
Indeed it
one hand
does.
of the dead
I'm
rests.
looking at this thing.
Yeah.
Indeed it does.
How
What's-
far away is it, Rob?
So it's near the back of the room. So
I'll try and lob a stone off it.
Team throw the stone and knock an arrow.
I'll just pick up
Hmm.
like a weighty half ender, like just enough
Same.
to have enough.
No,
Weight.
wait.
Oh, stop.
I can attack first.
All right then.
If you
Good
we
luck,
worry
mate.
this thing is alive.
all right, my apologies. It's near the center, so it's more like 100 feet away.
100
foot.
feet.
Mhm.
I move to. Oh, what's 100? Is 100 yards more or less than 100 feet?
More.
More. Okay, I'm fine then.
Dave, it's 3 feet to a yard, and a yard.
Yeah.
It's
100 yards is
90
Okay.
3 feet.
Yeah, it's not. So a meter and a yard's a 10% difference. So that's your best
Mhm.
conversion rate, really. If you're
So I look to the party, like, are we okay with attacking this thing, assuming it's going to attack us either way? I don't want to risk anything, understandably.
Have I missed something? I mean, other than this thing over there, that skeleton, fleshy coloured thing,
Hmm.
is there anything else about that I should be? Have I missed something here? I've been thinking of.
Okay. I say, whatever. Like, brandish the fire sword and start chanting a spell, and the fire from the sword gets sort of sucked up into like a little ball, like a magic missile of fire,
Yay! Cast fireball.
zooms towards the skeleton creature. And
And the thing
it
ignites flames.
yeah.
Doesn't
Whose
move.
fine linens worth nothing?
Well, actually,
That priest
This
scroll,
spell-
level 27, gone. I'm joking.
this is unlike many other fire spells. Fire Lance does not damage clothing or equipment.
Right. Have a bit of that back off the fucking mage.
Yeah.
Besides the front door.
Slapped.
All right, so it hits him right in the face, and his head just explodes. But none of his equipment.
Huh. Well,
Wow.
if it was a creature, it's very weak.
So the head explodes, and then you
I feel
just
better.
kind of like tips over and like leans half over the edge of the throne, and the rod
Advance.
goes back
Advance.
into the ground, and you
Advance at half rate.
just clang clang.
Yeah. Walk forward at half rate. Like edgy. Getting ready to
I
tumble. And move
I
forward.
look to her as
into-
like, it's
Yeah, I'm
worth
going to
it.
move silently through there, and I'm going to be invisible while I do so.
hmm.
All right. What's Tuctrin doing there? I think I heard everybody else.
So I have basically I'm standing
I
back.
guess it's fine.
I have a spell in my mind that I may need to cast, but I'm not beginning to cast it yet.
Okay.
I'm just kind of hanging back right now, trying to see what happens because I don't trust the dead nature of this thing.
I just got its head blown up with a.
I understand that, but
Doesn't the
Hmm.
helmet give me the power to control the undead? Am I remembering that right?
What the?
Don't know what helmet.
Is this from a different game, Pete, that you're playing?
Just inventing loots.
I thought there was something in the helmet that Roland has that I
It's
want.
the helm of comprehend languages.
Oh no! The one that
You
that the gems go into.
The skull.
Oh,
The
You
skull.
don't have
skull.
it. Roland has it.
Not-
Okay.
It's not a
The Tesseract of
No.
Death.
I keep mixing them two up in my brain.
Bless you.
I mean, this is we're approaching black smoke level of like black under. It's the fucking golden skull. But I'm gonna give you a pass, Pete, because you're not feeling well. So we'll
Thank
just.
you.
Is he not well? Oh,
Pete is not feeling his best. So I'm.
blame me. I wish I could give you a hug, bro, so you feel better.
Thank
No,
you.
so-
Don't worry, JB. I feel I've had a rough week.
Well, I'm not going to
myself.
mock JB anymore then if he's sick. That's not fair. Okay then.
Please do. It's
Wow.
only fair.
Yeah. Yeah, the helmet does not let you control undead. Yeah. So I'm sorry. What were you doing then? So it's
Mocking each other.
JB,
That's what we
JB
do.
Roland and Ashwin are approaching, right? To investigate.
Excuse me. Don't put words in my mouth.
Right, Ashwin?
I'm approaching.
Ashwin was approaching.
Everyone else was
Huckrin's hanging back.
yeah. I'm hanging back with
Oh,
Tuxtrin because I've got an arrow knocked. I'm ready to go if something pops up. I don't
Alright.
deal with undead very well.
And then just to confirm, what's Grey Ash again, David?
Looking warily. I'm paranoid.
You're kind of half-assing between the two groups.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So Roland, one. Give me 1 second to gather up all my dice for the surprise attack or the ambush round.
Push around.
28d6 damage.
So
Blocks full, everyone dies.
yeah, so Roland and JB was invisible. You were pretty sure, but as you approach, and Roland as well, you kind of all see this, but it's like, up above was darkness beyond even the end of your higher sword. It's the ceiling is 60 feet up, so we have. I guess if you have the coin of continual light, you can kind of see it, but it looks like descending down from the ceiling are these like strange mists.
Mists.
And they seem to set upon JB and Roland.
Mists. You're attacked by mist.
Like in Star Trek.
I hate everything about that.
So what's JB's AC with no dex bonus?
Let's see. It's been a very long time since I've had to think about that. With no dex bonus, 2.
Okay, awesome. So one of the mists. So Roland looks up and is like, "What the fuck?" and takes like a kind of like steps to the side, maybe swings his sword a few times to the mist. JB is like sneaking along the wall and sees the mist kind of descend on Roland, which gives him, he's not quite paying attention to one that's right near him. He jumps back and inadvertently into one of these mist things, and it envelops him. And you can just, and like JB's breath like catches in his chest, and he's like, like overcome almost, and you lose 1 point of constitution.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
He loses a point of con.
Do I lose a point?
No.
That's some D&D right there.
So you see these mists, these 4 mists, 2 over by JB, 2 over by Roland, descending, and everybody rolls surprise.
Dun 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 dun.
D10.
D10.
That was the ambush
D10.
round.
7? 7, good.
I rolled a 10.
Where's my dog's tail?
Roll the
I
one.
haven't got one.
Who rolled a 1?
Ashwin.
Luke, you're the worst.
I'm gonna have to
You're
roll in a
welcome.
server. Nice box.
I rolled a 4, but I think it's moot at this point.
Okay. Chaos dice. One sec.
That's actually a good question. I should see if they stay there.
1d10. I got a 3.
Okay. You rolled a 3. Do you have a dex bonus for your initiative at all?
15 dex I have.
Does that give you a bonus, or is it 16, 15? Does 15 just give you dex?
I don't know, because I rushed in, to be honest, and I haven't really got a full.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I get all the dex bonuses at level 19.
I was preparing to tumble anyway, was my statement. But I can appreciate that in the descriptive theme of things I might not have been able to. As you was ambushed.
Yeah, you were ambushed. So, let's see. 15 does not give you a reaction adjustment. It does give you a defensive adjustment. So, unfortunately, we're also
surprised.
So, Roland and Ashwin are not prepared for what's happening. But everybody else notices these mists swirling around. And you also see that there are 2 more of these mists, with Gray Ash is sort of in the between space. They too have descended down and are moving towards Gray Ash. There are 6 in total. These things. And the mists are taking on, you notice something about them. All those, everybody else will notice this, but they're like sort of like a foggy cloud with these vaporous tentacles extending out of them.
Oh, the tentacles.
And within the forms, each of them has 3 glowing red pyramidal eyes.
Ew.
The fuck? Triangle. Okay.
It's twirling around. They're twirling around as they move. Let's see here. I just want to get this right to see. Pete, I'm so sorry. You do not lose a Constitution point.
Okay.
I made a mistake there. So give yourself a Constitution point back and give you submit instead.
And what?
I have no idea what these things are.
Good.
I had never known what these things were.
They're little bastards is what they are.
What did you say to Pete then? Give yourself the con back and do what?
He takes
Oh, I see.
7 points of damage.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I did.
As you feel that weakness, though, like the it's like sucking life out of you. You feel like you're short of breath, like exhausted almost. The damage.
A pit of despair.
Exactly.
Don't even think about trying to Skype.
The okay, let's go ahead and for those who are in the initiative, let's go through declarations. We'll start with you, Tuckturn, because you were thinking about casting a spell. So what are you thinking?
So I was thinking that if they were undead, there was a certain spell that I was going to cast. I don't know that these are undead, so I will not do that, but instead I see a couple coming for Grey Ash, correct?
Yeah, and he's the closest one. He's about, so Roland, and you don't actually really see JB, but
right.
Roland, we'll say Roland and JB are about 75 feet up, and Grey Ash is like 30 feet up from where you are. And then Ashwin is standing mouth agape next to Tuckturn, basically.
Yeah, nigh on
He's
fucking clueless as to what's going on.
Yeah, his bow's down, not drawn.
Right. All right.
I mean, the arrow was knocked, but yeah, I must have fumbled and dropped it on the floor.
All right. Well,
still knocked, but you just put it down, oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So I see two of them descending upon Grey Ash, who obviously just got resurrected. So, I'm wanting to, run over there, and it's 30 foot, so it's going to take all of my actions just to get over there. Because of my movement speed. So I guess I'm just gonna try to move there and protect Grey Ash.
You can run an attack.
So, charge.
You can charge an attack. You don't.
Yeah.
You can do your. Oh, it's 30 feet. Your movement is 6, and that means you can do 60 feet.
Oh, feet. Right. Yeah. Okay.
You're close. You're well within range to get up.
Yeah, so I'll do that. I'm gonna run in there and just try to get their attention off of Grey Ash.
All right, and what is Grey Ash doing? Seeing these things coming.
I think Grey Ash is feeling annoyed that he wasted a spell on the thing that looked like it was going to attack him but didn't, and proceeds to cast the same spell again, but on the things that are actually attacking him this time.
Nice.
A bit frustrated and worried.
Which is quite cool because Roland is surprised, so he sort of just goes. I saw the fire get sucked up.
What about JB?
I'm feeling cold.
I don't hear you, Pete.
I am feeling cold, and I am feeling the breath sucked out of me. Do I see anything doing this, or was it just that cold mist you talked about?
Look around for attacks, man.
How you look, and you can see like right in front of you is just like these tentacles have sort of emerged, and there's these 3 pyramidal red glowing eyes that are like looking down over you, and they seem to be glowing more powerfully and with more intensity as they're sort of sucking away JB's life.
All right. Well, we got knives out, going for the eyes.
Knives out, going for the eyes. All right. Let's see here. Those are the 3 unsurprised characters. All right, so go ahead and Dom, why don't you go ahead and get us started with the initiative roll?
Okay.
You've been pretty good for a while.
That's a 9.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I rolled a 10 and a 9 on my D10 so far. Yeah.
You killed us all.
I could not have kept up the good initiative streak for very long. It wasn't going to happen.
All right, so let's get to the meat of this. So these things, like, they go. You see, they're the misty forms, and then they're gone.
Ooh.
And then they reappear
in
a position near where they were, but that's more advantageous to them. So they're almost like they kind of missed out into invisibility, and then this mist reappears, and you see one moves. They kind of move behind their opponents or angle themselves better.
And then they're going to tendril attack us.
They're very fast too. All right, so I'll do.
There's something in the Desolation that did that teleported behind you, disappeared and reappeared.
Talking about that skeleton guy.
But was it him? I don't know.
I don't remember. So this AC -3 hit Roland.
Yeah, it does. If I'm surprised, yeah.
All right, and unfortunately, the thing whacks JB again. JB was facing it, pulled his knives out, ready to stab at it. It missed it and did what JB usually does to his opponents, reappearing behind JB and doing 18 points of damage.
That's not fair.
What the fuck?
Why does he not play fair? What's up with that?
That was
money bags
there, bro. Sorry.
It's money bags level.
Roland has these strange air-like tentacles swooping at him, You take 5. 5.
I feel a bit chilly.
But Gray Ash is now forth the magic that he has at his fingertips. Before he's able to complete the words, even nay, begin them, the things begin to spin in a circle, trying to whack at him with their tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So that's a 17, AC -1, and then an AC 7.
So I think both miss because the first attack will always miss, and then the second attack I've got AC 3.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, that's right. It's the. Oh, wait a second. Make sure that actually works on this thing.
Mm-hmm. Any missile or melee attack aimed at the wearer automatically misses the first time.
Yeah, but some things are like immune to illusion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, is that you displace your fur thing?
The cloak.
Yeah,
the cloak.
Oh yeah, so it's like the tentacles like coming at Gray Ash, and it hits him right in the center of his chest, right at his heart. And yet Gray Ash isn't there at all, and you can see that like dissipates almost just like they did, swirling into used magic as
magic.
As he is actually standing just a few feet away, much like his little displacer beast companion that is currently I forget where.
Need to get the thing back.
Alman have it. There was
yeah. The wizard's got it.
Wizard and all. All right, so that does it for them. The die roll was a 9, so we'll go in the order that happens. But 9, 10, 11.
I go on 11.
All right. And now you have 2 attacks, right? And one. Yeah. And what are the magical pluses on those weapons?
One of them is a +1. The other one's a +2.
All right. Well, just tell me what you roll for each one of those.
Okay.
Chef that fog, JB. Chef it up.
Damn fog. All right. The +1 was a 16. The +2 was a 17. I would hit a 0 and a -1.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances, I have no idea what's up here.
Yeah. So both of the attacks hit. But you can tell immediately that your +1, your less powerful dagger, less magically enchanted dagger, doesn't seem to have any effect on the misty form. But when your more magically enchanted, your more enchanted dagger hits the creature, you can see like the essence of air that creates it is like ripped from this reality and seems sent elsewhere, maybe back to the plane from which it was summoned. And the gash remains behind. You can see no matter what form it takes, seems to still have the damage that you just did, which is...
good question. That is 5. About to say 3, but I gotta add 2. And so the +1 did nothing at all.
That's right.
Okay.
Look good though, like on telly, everybody.
I mean, I'm sure getting jacked from behind also looked good on telly, but I don't want it to happen again.
Everything's looked cool on telly right now so far. The rope trick thing was really cool. The blasting the fucking like dead person in the face with a fire lance, fucking cool as hell.
He's mad at me.
Never be too safe.
Gosh, he's mad.
No. Oh, that was at 11.
I'm at 12. Okay. Let's do a wild surge check. No, it's been a while. So yeah, the once again, the flames from the sword get consumed. As it's like, I assume it reignites because it's a magical sword, and it gets consumed again.
Well, he has to
go into another firebolt.
Yeah, you
would
have
time
to use
to do
the
that?
command word to reactivate
What
it.
that?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just go for it, man. Looks good. You're a Chaos Mage. What would you care? Go for it, bro.
You know what? Roland is surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Sorry, I don't get those.
I heard him say the word though.
I kind of feel though, Roland. Well, but you don't have it in your hand. Like you can't you can't activate a weapon from across.
I'm carrying the sword.
Oh, you are.
I thought I was carrying the sword.
Yeah, no, I think
I thought I was. Oh,
you described yourself carrying it, and I thought you were, but then I thought Roland took it from you, so you could. You could then take the fire from Roland's sword.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was like, confused about what was happening. I thought he just like said the word and ignited in my hands. I didn't realize that you thought that meant.
I don't know. I thought I was holding the weapon up before you.
I mean, I wouldn't say it takes any effort whatsoever to light the sword. I mean, you can do it and do other actions, but the reason why I have any hesitation is because Roland is surprised. So, like,
but wasn't my sword lit though? My sword was relit as I walked forward. It doesn't just burst.
I was just confused because I thought I was carrying it. Sorry, because I did say to you that can I hold on to it?
I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. There was definitely fire on Roland's because when you shot the original lance, it was before you were in combat. Then you went and approached. You certainly would have relit it by then because you had to do it. So it is lit, right? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's lit in Roland's hand, surprised, awaiting
narrative confusion,
and then fire just goes off it onto the spell.
For you.
Okay. The flames get sucked from it once again. 1, 2, 3, 4. As the bolt of fire flies into the one that's trying to kill me, I assume. Or suck the life from me between its weird triangular eyes. Collecting dice.
Does it get a save?
No, it's just 22 fire damage.
Wow, no save for half or anything.
No save. It's like it's the magic missile form of fireballs. Instead of doing fireball damage to fireball range, it does fireball damage to one creature, but it always hits.
Right there. Like a thermal fucking heat.
So, but you just need a heat source or a source of fire to draw from.
It consumes a fire. It consumes a flame, at least torch-sized.
There you go. Which just makes it perfect for just looking really cool in some kind of party combined Fantastic Four thing.
I imagine Greyhawk like he staggers back after getting whacked with one of these, or after he takes a step back after having been attacked by and his hands are moving in the air. The fire shoots into his like outstretched arms from Roland's sword, and then the lance fires out through one of the things. And much like JB in his second blade, it rips the thing into shreds all throughout it. It hits right through it. But it doesn't dissipate it entirely. It's hard to tell how close it is, but you can see no matter what form it's in, there are just these rends within the air itself, like ripples, cuts, tears almost through it. Right, so that was at like 12, I think.
Something like that.
Doctrine.
Yeah, I'm on 15, so I guess nobody else is going. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna swing a couple times at the one that was coming at Greyash.
All right. Well, you can see now, of course, that one of the two has taken significant damage based on your vision of it, and you can attack that one. Or there's another one which Greyash did not just hit with his lance of fire. What would you prefer to do?
Well, I'm gonna attack the wounded one first.
Okay. They're both being ranged, so you can switch opponents. Whatever.
Okay. All right. So first attack would be plus. Where's my paper here? Oh, there it is. So don't have string spell. So 7, 11. Where's my Thaco at? Okay. I hit an AC 3 on my first attack. Probably not enough.
Not enough. No.
Okay. For second attack. That's a
+2 weapon.
That first one was a +1 weapon.
Okay.
This attack is a +2 weapon.
Okay.
And I rolled an 18 on the die.
Oh, you definitely got it. So the first one you miss, meaning you're not able to like discern whether or not the weapon was powerful.
Right.
Hurt it. But the second one, it's dead center into the remaining bits of it, right between the eyes. And the creature, there's sort of this sucking sound and almost like an ever decreasing in size vortex as whatever this thing was is sucked back to its elemental home. And it is, one of them is now dead.
Okay. I have one more attack.
Third attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, end of round attacks anybody, but I think that's just you right now.
I rolled a 4, did not hit, so I still don't know. I still don't know yet.
Unfortunately. All right. That takes us to the end of the round. Let's get back to the top of the round again. And by this point, Ashwin jogs himself, pulls the bow back up if you'd like, or potentially as well pulling out the sword. Roland as well, after having gotten whacked by a couple of these tentacles by this creature, is knocked to his senses and ready once more to fight. The sword is currently out. It does not have any fire on it right now. So I believe that there's additional light sources that you all have been carrying, but you're not getting the fiery glow from the sword, and that is notable as well. Why don't we start with
Roland takes another round of surprise because his sword went out whilst he was surprised.
Chris, what do you want to do? We'll start with you this time.
If the sword's out, do I still strike as if it's a +2 weapon normally?
You do, and you automatically restart without any action. You just have to think about it, you know?
Yeah,
okay.
You just think the command work is powerful.
I wondered if it was a miscellaneous like initiative.
No. It's not like you have that word. It's automatic.
Web of Death. Okay, then step back and Web of Death Conan level. Like try to retreat, fighting kind of thing, because they move about, don't they?
All right.
Keep my blade.
No, Roland is not the smartest of all, but he certainly knows that Grey Ash has been using the fire from the sword to power a certain spell. So you're doing a Sword of Death Conan fighting retreat.
With my ignited weapon.
Awesome. Yeah, there's like this flaming, infinity symbol arcing through the cavern. What about Ashwin, Luke? What's he gonna do?
I've got 2 questions. Does my cloak and ring of protection stack?
Yes.
Awesome. So that's nice for me. I see. And
but not below 0.
Yeah, no. +2 bow, that applies pluses to the arrow, does it not? It makes the arrow act as if...
It does not.
It does not.
It does not damage.
Okay.
Bow.
Yeah, no, I was just...
The arrow, the +2 only applies to hit, and then the arrows themselves are what apply to damage and whether or not something is impacted by its, power.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was what was it? I read somewhere that it applies said bonus to, but yeah, no, never mind.
I mean, if you can find that and show that to me, then I'll play by that. But we've always played the other way.
No, I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
It's a huge deal. It's the difference between whether or not these things work or don't.
I've got you gave me pluses to arrows. I just needed to know if I needed to pull out
okay.
a plus arrow, or just use a normal arrow.
Gotcha.
So yeah, no, I'll pull one of my plus arrows and start shooting at one of the ones on Greyash.
All right. There's only one left on Greyash now, thanks to Tuctrin's.
Okay, yeah, I'll kill it.
Of a very mostly dead one. All right. What is Tuctrin doing?
Same.
Okay.
Two main hand, offhand. I mean, I'm at 2 attacks per round plus offhand. So,
Greyash, since everybody's protecting you right now. Shooting
I
arrows.
don't know. These things are tough. I just use both of those. Magic missile, I guess. It's probably the safest bet.
All right.
I don't want to lightning bolt everyone.
Why not? And then finally, JB, who is fighting for his life on his own, did fine, but these two are still intent upon taking JB wherever their home plane is.
I'm gonna attack the one with the visible wound because it's the biggest target.
Okay. Pete, why don't you roll us initiative this time?
4.
Okay. So they once again begin to mist and demystify, I guess you might say, from one place to another, moving about the cavern, about who they're currently engaged with. And despite Tuctrin's best efforts, the thing moves to once again go after Greyash, the one remaining. And then JB has 2 on him, and Roland has 2 on him as well. So we'll start with Roland. We'll go in the reverse order. And I don't think that's going to hit him. Let's see. AC 1 is the best I got there. What's Roland's AC? It's not. It's better than that, right?
-4.
Yeah. And then the 2 that are on JB. That's AC 1 on JB. Does that hit JB?
AC 1, I believe so. Let me just double check that. I don't get my dex bonus, right?
No, you do.
Oh, I do? Well, then my AC is -2.
Yeah, okay. Then, yeah, you managed to dodge out of the way of that one. And then finally...
Missed the initiative goal, but...
Initiative was 4.
The roll was
Okay.
a 4.
Roll was 4.
They go first, everyone.
Yeah, someone 5. And... Oh, boy.
Does AC 3 hit Greyash?
My AC is 3.
All right. All right, so one of them whacks Greyash, almost a black, with one of its tentacles. Let's see here. One of my D4s is so sharp it actually hurts to pick it up. Really sharp.
D4 death dice.
5 damage. Yeah, look at this. I mean, I can see this.
Living the life.
5 damage to Greyash, 2 damage to Rob.
Did this one see the other one attack me? Is this like the same one?
It's one of the 2 that was attacking you. So is it
Okay,
the first attack or the first attack?
It says any missile immune attack aimed at the wearer automatically misses the first time. This can apply to first attacks from multiple opponents only if the second and successive attackers were unable to observe the initial displacement miss. But I don't know if that means in the same round or the entire fight. So I don't know if it like resets every round. It's like the first attack every round always misses.
No, it's not every round.
Every turn, I mean.
It's every enemy has to deal with that. So, but the one that it the first time.
Yeah. So they probably did see and therefore
is
get the attack.
dead. It's the second guy missed. No, that's you're right. Actually, this
What?
is well. No, it says their first. It has attacked you already,
Yeah.
right? So its first attack wouldn't have hit, but it also was an attack, right? So it doesn't say its first successful attack, right? This is its first attack.
Hmm. Yeah.
So they both have already they have already completed the requirements for this to be able to see you, but the rest of them have not. So there's if any of the others attack you, you would still get that. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Not really.
This hits me.
How
much?
5
What's the pain?
5 damage.
Okay. That is fine.
So, 5. Who goes on initiative? 5, 6.
Fatal on 6.
My magic's gone.
Okay.
First, yeah.
All right, so no magic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's try to hit something. That's going to be 17. That hit last time. That'll hit. And this is just with the +2, so I only got 1 attack, I believe.
This is why I use wands.
Yeah, and that's going to be 4 damage.
All right. Whacking away at the thing. All right, go ahead, David. Didn't you do magic missiles?
I got hit.
Oh, that's right. You got it. You actually got disrupted.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Okay. That was so 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mate, 7.
All right, Roland, finally in the fray.
Hack. 1d20. 14. Yeah, that's like armor class.
Sure, definitely.
Fucking mega. Like -9 or some shit.
Roland.
Nice to work it out.
Yeah.
Well, I bit back out 0 and then I got all my pluses. Okay, so that's 1d8 plus 7. 8 damage.
Boo.
I wanted to web a death in it.
Yeah, you can do your second attack right now too. Doesn't he get 2?
How do I? Okay, 1d20.
You're at 7? Aren't you at 7th level?
Yeah, with mastery. 1d20. Ooh, a 7. 14 plus 5 to test. Armor class.
Yeah,
Hang on, 7. That's 0.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, you get it.
Okay. 1d8 plus 7 again. There we go. Roll. 11. Yeah, that second one.
Yeah,
if I can, I went with the death one near Pete as he's getting chunked. If not, I have to go for the one that I can, kind of thing.
Well, I mean, you still have 2 on. They're occupying your spaces.
Oh, okay. Yeah, chuck one of them then.
Yeah. So,
Thank you for remembering I'm there, though.
like the others have seen, you're kind of ripping away pieces of the reality of this being. It's hard to say that it looks like you're killing it, but it is. I mean, there are visible, I guess you might say wounds as much as you can call them now.
Lots of tentacle flying off.
Yes, exactly. 7. That was 7, 8, 9, 10.
10.
10. Okay.
I think I'm last. Am I last?
No, Ashwin hasn't gone.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sorry, mine's 9.
Yep, go for it.
Sorry,
That's
I
what I figured.
was reading and just.
Sorry, Tom.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm sure I'm last.
I mean, dreams.
Yeah,
were
no.
There for a second.
I was reading information that I posted, and yeah, no, I don't get any bonuses if I don't use magical arrows.
Okay. And what level of magic are your arrows?
+2.
That's what I thought. Okay. Go ahead and make your turn.
But I'll go and find my sheet of numbers to roll.
My sheet of numbers.
Oh shit, the bed.
-11.
Nice. All right. Finally, dude. You deserve a good roll.
Is it D8 plus 1? No, plus 3. Get fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good job. 4 damage.
On which one were you going after? One of the ones.
The one on Grey Ash. Unless it's no longer a pile of smoke. Just fired off into the nowhere.
No, it's still there. It's still there. All right, so that was 9 at 10. Tuktrin.
So there's still one on Grey Ash, right? That Ashwin just hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to attack that.
Do it.
That is an AC 1.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Now this is only with a +1 weapon, so I assume I don't need to roll damage.
When you learn now that it doesn't work.
Right. Okay. So I hit it. It does nothing, and I'm like, oh. So I will hit it with my other one.
Do it.
That is an AC. Because that's a +2 weapon, but the bonuses are less. So it's +3, so 10. That is an AC 2.
Okay.
Hits. Okay. All right. And that's going to be 10 damage for the +2 weapon.
All right.
Now, as far as the pluses go, I don't know if this matters for this creature, because I know it does for some creatures. My main hand weapon that's a +1 is a holy weapon, so I don't know if that matters.
Gotcha. No, it does not seem to matter in this case.
Okay, just checking.
It can matter. You're actually right.
So that's it for me for the round, and I'm going to do a weapon swap. So
Roland's done. Ashwin has a second bow attack.
Yes. So everybody else is gone.
That's right.
Oh, fuck off. I rolled a 1. Do your worst.
How many +2 arrows did I give you?
Sorry?
How many +2 arrows did I give you to start?
2, and that was the last one I just fired.
You need 2 +2 arrows. All right. Yeah. So pull back, and your bowstring snaps. You can.
No.
Your bow isn't like destroyed.
Yeah. No.
But the bowstring snaps. You managed to shoot the arrow though, so you haven't.
Okay.
It was either going to break the arrow or I was going to snap the bowstring. So I figure I'd give you. You might need that arrow. All right. So yeah. So the bowstring snaps.
Okay.
Doesn't he just shoot me instead? No, I'm joking.
+2 arrows sticking out of the back of Roland. All right, so that does it for the round. Let's get back here. We'll start with you, Luke. Go ahead. What's Ashwin going to do now?
He has no choice but to draw his sword, because he doesn't know his sword will be ineffective. So yeah, he just drops the bow to the side. Go ahead.
Real quick, because now Tuktrin and JB have added. So why don't we give you a wisdom -2 just to notice that some weapons are not effective.
Yeah, no, I failed that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm clueless.
All right. Yeah, pull forth the sword. Now there are, of course, multiple opponents. So you've got Tuktrin and Grey Ash standing toe to toe with one of these that has taken an arrow from you and an axe blow from Tuktrin. Roland is fighting off a couple. One of them has a few slashes to it. The other one seems hearty and hale as it's trying to take care of Roland. And it seems, yes. And then finally, there is the thief, who has become visible now.
Oh no, I'm going to help Roland.
Okay.
Stuff the drow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's why don't you go ahead? Let's see. Well, matter. Let's go to the next declaration. What is Roland gonna do? He's fighting alone. See, Ashwin's about to run over to him.
Cool. Well, I'm just like, but I look over and I see like JB. How many's JB fighting?
Yeah, JB's fighting off 2 by himself.
Fuck. All right then.
He seems to be doing okay, but
He is also
I shout out,
taking some hits.
rally to the middle, and I run to the middle point, so we can all run just a few feet in one direction diagonally to like triangle.
Greyash is in the middle, so like Greyash and Tuctrin are basically like kind of back to back. JB and Roland were up a little farther, and Ashwin had stayed back and was firing arrows, but now is moving up to Roland, which you can definitely meet in the middle. Then that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'll just like shout and fall back.
Are you hear that? You hear that, JB? What would JB like to do?
That's a good plan, but first I'm going to try to attack the one I haven't hit yet to give them a visible mark that we can keep on tracking, if I'm understanding the damage properly.
You can still hit and move, just so you know.
Okay.
Because they can hit and move the same.
I'm going to attack and run.
I'm just saying, more central, we've probably got more chance.
Yeah, you do a fighting retreat, where you're not really leaving the battle, you're just moving.
Yeah.
Recentering. You have 2 medium creatures around you, so you're not actually prevented from moving. Like you have there are certain areas where you get enough people around you that could stop you from moving.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. And what about Greyash? Seems like everybody to his side. Him and Tucker now.
Yep.
I switched to a 1. Does magic doesn't do working these things are too fast?
All right. And finally Tucker. Again, he can see that everybody's sort of rallying to the position that Greyash and Tucker have established.
Right. So I am going to put away the my +1 axe, of course, and draw my shield and go axe and shield.
All right. Awesome. I mean, it doesn't really matter what your roll is because they go first. So I'm going to say you have a 5. We'll start from there. This doesn't matter what your roll is. We're going to go in order. They're going to go first. So there's 5 remaining, and actually the one that was on Roland, as Roland was sort of backing up, it disappears and reappears. Sort of, it becomes, it loses its misform, and then sort of reestablishes its position by the entryway more of where the cavern was, near Ashwin, as he's drawing his sword, sort of interposing himself between the bigger group and Ashwin. Whereas the other one stays on Roland. So this is the one on Roland, and that's not going to be hittable. However, let's see the other one. It might not probably. In AC2, does AC2 hit Ashwin?
AC2 does not.
Okay. So this thing appears before Ashwin, but he's able to kind of dodge quickly to the side. Don't you have like a pet with you?
He doesn't tend to come on me. Okay. He doesn't tend to come with me in dangerous places. I send him away because I would die if he died.
All right, so he's like
He's away mooching about, or probably still at the camp with standing guard or making mischief somewhere. Just he's not going to come with me to combat unless I whistle for him and he's within reasonable range to hear that.
okay. All right. So yeah, so it does not hit you. And then there is one that remains. Will not hit. One rolling. Pretty good roll, but not enough for rolling. And then there are 2 on JB. I see it starting to move. Yeah. Oh, brutal. All right, both of them hit. One of those. So the first one, this is not the 20.
Rob, you sound a little bit underwater. I'm not really sure what you said. You said they both hit?
Unfortunately, they both hit, yes.
Okay.
It's when you look away from the microphone when you speak, Rob, it doesn't come through clearly.
All right, and then the second one is for 14 damage.
Oh, didn't again hit the first one.
I did hear the first one. Nope.
What did I say? I think it was 7 damage. Did I say? No, that wouldn't. No, that wouldn't have been right because I'm gonna re-roll it. I don't remember what it was, but it wouldn't have been 7 because I didn't roll 7 twice in a row. 10 damage.
I'm at -1.
Oh shit!
I'm down.
JB, as he's getting ready to move away, you can see him starting to position himself. He goes down for one of these creatures. Okay, all right.
I've been dreaming about this for weeks.
Somewhere, Jer's smiling. All right. So
I see him in the afterlife, so I can kill him again.
6, 7.
5, 6, 7. I got 8, I guess, because 1.
8. I go on 7, I think.
7,
8,
7. I'll go on 8. Sorry, 4 plus 4. Yeah.
No, it was a 5 on the die, so it's 9.
9 then. Sorry.
5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, 8. Grayash.
Yeah, 8. Okay. It's seeing JB fall. I don't think these creatures are gonna move away from him and leave him be. So as his body falls to the ground, I'll aim at the 2 things floating above him. These weird things through the crowd. The wand of wonder. 50-50. I guess I could wand of lightning. Yeah, that's more sensible.
Now hold on. What did you say first? What was it? The wand of what?
I said a wand of wonder, but I was going to use lightning bolts. I guess I could just wand of lightning. But I forgot I had. Because looking at the wand of lightning is like, oh wait, I have to hit them, but then I forgot it has the second ability of lightning bolt.
It's up to you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I thought you.
That is the correct choice.
Thank you for caring, Grash.
Oh, lightning bolt.
Somebody's got to.
The 2 that are over him, and then anything that happens to be in the way is in the way, I guess. So I guess save versus magic for those 2.
All right, the lightning bolt fires from the tip of the wand, power surging through Grayash as he invokes one of the most devastating magics that he has access to, and it plunges into the 2 creatures.
The time he does nothing.
They seem to absorb it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Eyes glow brighter red. They turn in the direction of Grayash.
Lightning
spin and disappear, uninjured by the lightning whatsoever.
Oh,
amazing!
On the positive note, at least they don't seem to be hungry.
These creatures are fun. They're weird.
That's all. Why is it always lightning? It's like slimes does nothing. These things does nothing. Is it?
Lightning
all the things.
All right.
They're punishing me for not getting fireball.
So that was at 9. That was at 8. 9, 8,
8,
or
yeah.
8.
I'm going 8.
9's
What
on
was-
wrong.
9.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, skip forgetting. Okay. So, D20.
What was our roll?
5.
Okay, I go on 9 as well then.
Do you go first then, bro?
No, you're already rolling. Go for it.
Okay. That's nice. I'm going to do it on the server again. 1D20. Oof. 17. Piff out. That's just fucking smack up the face. D8 plus 7.
It's toast, dude.
Right.
Yeah, the fiery blade sweeps through the creature of air, and its eyes spin and dissipate as it plunges in an instant into a vortex that sends it back to its home plane.
You lose your second attack, don't you? 'Cause it's a new bod.
No, you have another one
Oh.
right there. You can attack it. I don't.
Oh, no, I
I
don't.
don't-
'Cause is it 2 around at 7th with Mastery? It is, isn't it?
It is
Jeez.
every round.
Yeah. So attack. Oh, for 1.
Roll the 1.
No shit. It's there on the server. Everybody to see a 1.
Twice, you fucking guys. Are you kidding me?
Web of Death dismount weapon flies out handy 12 feet away.
Yeah, I mean the weapon goes bouncing away like it swings through the he's taking a plunge at the creature of air, and as he does, he kind of takes a funky step, and the sword goes flying out of his hand and does a couple like somersaults from the massive power that was behind it from roll and swing and lands 15 feet away.
He throws it at
Yeeted.
JB and does another 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Stabs Davies
Off with the head.
Right, and okay. Clang of a rocket is.
Yeah, so it's like 15 feet from Roland. All right, so the let's see here. That was at the same time. Ashwin.
That's
Go ahead.
Ashwin as well. So yeah, I'm going to swing with my longest of long swords.
So long.
Oh my fucking god. AC 10. That's never going to hit anything.
Oh no, unfortunately it doesn't hit, and it doesn't make it clear to Ashwin, unfortunately, that weapon was ineffective, right? It's a -+2 weapon, right?
Yeah,
Good
it's
night.
+1.
It's +1 here. All right, so still adjusting to these creatures. It takes a moment, and Ashwin's not able to get good bearings over it. That was at 9, 10.
10.
Drin.
All right, so we're gonna attack it with the axe. All right. So to get this, so I'm seeing it straight in my mind. There's still one attacking Greyash. There's 2 over JB who's on the ground, and how many other ones are left?
It's 2 more coming my way, probably.
1 on Roland. 1 is fighting Roland and is bearing down on him as he's now lost his weapon.
So 1 on Roland, 1 on JB, and 2 on or 1 on Roland, 1 on Greyash, 2 on JB.
And David mentioned the 2 that were on JB are enthusiastically making their way now towards Greyash. You can see, or they blinked out, but their last motion was like to look over. The eyes, the pyramidal red glowing eyes looked over at Greyash as he blasted them with a lightning bolt. So
Of course, he just fed them.
Way,
I gotcha.
like they disappeared. So
All right.
that
So I'm gonna attack the one that's currently on Greyash.
Okay. Which you have hit before, and actually had an arrow go through it as well.
Okay.
A bit of its aerial form with it as it went through the creature's body.
That's an AC 3.
You sure about that?
I'm sure I rolled an AC3.
Cool. All right, so your axe does not able to make contact with the thing.
I miss. Yep.
Moving around. Oh,
not a good rolling night so far for me.
Does Doctrine get a second attack with that weapon this round?
No, because fighters outside of specialties don't get any extra attacks with weapons normally, right?
They get 3/2 at level 7.
So 3, yeah. Well, then, yes, I do. No, well, this is the third round, so it'd be 3, 2, 3. So is it the third or the fourth round?
Well, you were dual handing
Third
round.
Yeah. So this is my first round not dual handing. So I guess it would be 3 and 2. So I guess I would get 2.
Oh, it's 2 and 3.
Or 2 and 3. So
you get 1 this time and you get 2 next time.
okay. So yep, that's it for me this round.
Right. Anybody else have any additional attacks or
only the vulgarity of my mouth.
I can bleed on them.
I will swear at them.
Yeah, exactly.
These fucking
Real
creatures.
bad round for the players. I forget bowstring breaks, weapon flies out of the fucking hand. That's what AD&D is.
bad luck? JB's down. I mean, this is not.
Come on, I'm gonna come back.
All right, so let's do declarations. Now you know these things are fast. They seem to always get the jump on you. Gray Ash, why don't we start with you, David? Because Gray Ash, it seems to have become the target of at least 3 of these things.
And 2 of them haven't attacked me yet.
Yes, but you got a fair understanding that you're about to get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get fucked. I hate. Why does this keep happening to me?
I mean, maybe don't shoot a fucking lightning bolt at them and they won't be mad.
Well, I don't even know.
What are you doing? What's Gray Ash doing?
I don't think.
Remember, you can delay and cast without having your spell. Remember?
Can I?
Yes, we've already established this before.
I didn't know that was a thing. If I can get beaten up and then start casting because they go so quickly, then I'll try that.
We've established the game, haven't we?
I don't think.
Or haven't we? Where you can wait if you don't. It's when you start casting. So if you wait,
I just assumed the casting started the round. I don't remember ever doing this, but yeah, I'll try this. I'll start casting Magic Missile after I've been attacked.
All right. All right. What about Tuctrin, who's basically next to Gray Ash and anticipating an additional.
Yeah, I've got my shield up. I've got my axe out, and I'm going to try to. I mean, I know they can blink around, but I'm going to try to create a barrier between the 2 coming up and Gray Ash.
Yeah, Roland and Ashwin have joined the group of you, but they have this ability because of the way they move, and they're essentially flying. They don't seem impeded by, it's not like they're not, Tuctrin, who's fought amongst the wars where, like you're literally blocking off caverns from creatures like, the underground evil humanoids and doing that kind of thing, but it seems ineffective against them to like even try to block them off. So
okay, well then yeah, I guess what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna start moving towards JB, but like take a swing on the way out, if that makes sense. I got two attacks, just kind of like chop move kind of a situation.
Yeah. All right. What about Ashwin?
I'm going to keep moving and fighting this one beastie that's in front of me. Swinging my longsword because it's the option that I have right now.
All right, well, make another wisdom check because now
I passed that one.
Okay, so at this point, as Ashwin has moved in amongst his, the rest of his companions, and you see Tuktrin has pulled out his, he's changed his sort of fighting style. You see JB had put away one of his daggers and was fighting with just this other. And Ashwin puts it together. I mean, you're an experienced adventurer that, certain creatures are resistant to all but the most powerful of magical attacks and devices. And, I mean, it's not that your sword isn't very nice, but
it's just ineffective against these creatures.
He would probably know, this is magical, but these things might be just a little bit too much for this sword to handle.
Can I just ask, like JB's characters, JB's are a little bit away from us. Did you say there's two of them schlupping on his dead body, or have they moved?
No, they were, their attention was caught by Greyash hitting them with a lightning bolt, which did nothing to them. And they kind of turned their attention to Greyash and then disappeared in a puff of mist. But it seemed very clear that they were about to do something towards it, Greyash. You know what I mean? They've been doing
there's nothing on JB now at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
JB's out. JB is bleeding. You can see a pool of blood.
Okay.
So did I go through everybody? Did I get everybody?
My declaration is to run over and put Kegman's on.
I still need to decide
JB.
what I'm doing.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I have to ask the party. Does anybody have a better weapon? Because I don't think mine's going to be effective.
You should grab mine. I go, grab the flame tongue. And I run over to JB and put the Kegman's items on it.
Then I'll go and retrieve that weapon from the floor.
Yeah. And he's heard the command word in his presence, so he knows how to make it.
Fair enough.
You don't even need to, you just think it. So.
Yeah.
I've still got Trusty Scully on my back. But first I'm going to rescue JB.
So yeah, I mean, I'll go and retrieve that, take the modifier hit and or attack next round, whichever one you decide.
All right. I kind of like that. I haven't even thought about that. Doing a modifier to pick up an attack. That's kind of interesting. Let's consider that. The rule is to pick up a weapon that takes your entire round. But we can reconsider our options in the future. But it's going to be the same enemies then.
Of course.
All right. So let's I mean, you guys can roll a die if you want, but they're going first. So roll a die so we have a basis of starting. Somebody roll a d10.
Oh, I will then if nobody else will.
5.
Thanks.
All right.
What is he doing?
Maybe you got a 5.
Still helping from beyond the grave.
Fumph for those listening in Deutschland.
Two of them have dissipated. One of them that has yet to one of them was fighting Roland, but it moved over to Ashwin, and it swings its spiraling tentacles at Ashwin as he approaches, as he runs for the sword, and the tentacles go wild and do not make contact. There's one of these that's been attacking Greyash for some time now, and two others spring around him. Here we go. This will be fun. How's Greyash doing then?
Waiting until they finish, hopefully not killing me to try and magic them.
It's AC2.
Hmm?
AC2.
I have AC2. Yeah.
Christ.
I forgot I had AC2 and it wasn't AC3, but the two new ones, I think their first attacks miss.
If they clump up, man, we can hit him with some AE. Have you got your fire cube?
Both of them would have hit, but they do not. As the cloak of displacement confuses her. God, that's awful. They would have both hit too. The first one would have done, let's see, first that would have done 9, and then second attack would have been 10. So it would have been 19 damage.
Dead again.
Yeah. This cloak saved me.
That's awesome. I like it too because you have a cloak of, or you have a displacer beast. So you're like literally wearing its mom. So the
yeah, it'll think I'm family.
So the group of them, they moved into your midst, but miss with their attempts to hit that with their tentacles. Their red eyes gleaming in the darkened cavern. Initiative 6, 7,
5, 6, 7, 8.
I'll go on 8 for random initiative. Like my
6. Yeah, 6 would be magic missile. I forgot.
Well, 5 on the delay is an automatically +1. I think it is. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, 6 or 7 then. Set.
Yeah. Okay. So 7 then. Anybody on 7 before Greyhawk? All right. Go ahead. Do your magic missiles.
Yeah. So magic missile is.
At later levels, these can be like Uzis, magic missiles.
I know.
Yeah, I always have to look it up every time. It's +1
D4
spell level,
+1.
so level 8.
It's still
so 4th, 7th level for D4 +1.
44 +4.
D4 +1 each.
Hold on, before you do that, I just want to throw it out there that you also know
1d4.
1d4, yeah. 1d4 +1. You can shoot missiles at different targets.
Yeah.
I meant because you know the one that has been on you for a while has taken some damage.
Okay. So I'll do I guess 2 on the one on me, which would be 4 damage. So that one, and then 1 to one of each of the new guys turning up.
Okay.
Get it down.
Cheers. No, that's D4 +1. Each so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to the existing one. 5 to one of the new ones. And 5 to the other new ones. Okay, it's funny rolling.
All right, so yeah, that was really actually effective. The one that's been on you for a while dissipates before the missile as it plunges through it. The 2 missiles as it plunges into the creature, and the other 2 are, are injured more. Now, JB had actually done some damage to one of them, so in much of a similar way as his dagger attack seemed to take pieces off here and there, sort of stripping it down to a more basic and torn creature of air. The missile does similarly. So there are now 3 remaining. The one on Ashwin is not hurt at all. The other 2 have taken damage. So that was at
I
7.
ain't scared of no ghost.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
That was at 7. At 8.
Kjogwin's ointment on the jibber.
Okay, so JB was actually at -2. He had lost 1 more hit point. The ointment does
D8 plus D4 in it or some shit.
It's something stupid. I've got it written down on one of my old characters if you want me to look at it.
1d4 plus 8 points of damage.
There you go.
You gotta rub it all over his body.
Yeah. Lather him up.
For all the women at home, 1d4. What's that?
The jar is 3 inches in diameter.
Nine.
Make it last. Make it last.
9.
That's quite the girth. All right. So,
Fucking hell.
All right, so I got 7.
I don't know why they tell you that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think so you understand the heftiness of this pot that you're grappling with.
No, it's really got a nice weight to it.
So much for the family-friendly show.
Oh gosh. No, I always say it's not for kids. When I put it up on YouTube, you have to say it.
No.
It's always
Yeah,
not.
absolutely.
All right, yeah, so you rub the ointment.
Rejuvenating.
Yeah, and JB, drawn back from the hellfire.
Hell, JB, let us all know how it felt.
The embodied afterlife of being a worm crawling at the feet of the demon lord's servants suddenly becomes once again the greasy ointment covered fingers of Roland rubbing onto
This big, strong Roland just
And,
rubbing you all over.
Raven's blood, stop that, or you're gonna have to marry me.
You didn't able to see the situation, of course. I mean, you're
scented cologne.
Man, y'all haven't finished with these things yet?
Quick slap.
Oh, too good.
Around his face.
That was
just to make sure you're awake.
that was at 8.
I was just about to flip off a demon. What happened?
9.
Once again, that demon went, fuck. It's been there waiting for you for like 6 times now.
Is this a new round?
No, it's the same round.
Okay, it's still going. I was confused.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Ashwin has picked up the sword, and then finally Tucktrin.
Okay, so taking 2 attacks.
2 die doing I know. Go Tucky.
Nope. It's another miss.
You could just do the second attack.
Yeah, okay. No. I rolled 2 4s.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
I cannot hit it. I'm switching dice. I can't hit anything.
That shin attack was
Yeah,
no
I
good.
love it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you guys have learned your lesson. All right, so
I've hit once this entire combat.
it's not been a good rolling. I mean, your first initiative roll was a 9. I mean, it's just been you're back on track there, Dom.
Back on track.
You knew it was coming. We talked about it the other day. All right, so the creatures continue to swirl around and move, and you as a group you regroup. JB wound healed by the magic of Oigtum's ointment, and Ashwin, the flaming sword in hand. Several have fallen now. 3 remain. But you are all standing and can take your action. So why don't we start with JB? What's he going to do now that he has awoken and pulled himself back to his feet?
I am going to stab whatever's closest.
Pop up his platinum fillings that he swallowed just before he died. So he's going to do. So.
All right, I love it. Give JB credit there for being somewhat effective. What about Roland? He sees JB pull out his dagger. As he stood up, he grabbed the dagger and he starts to move over towards the creatures that spiral around Ranch.
Well, I always keep Scully on me. My other, I keep my bastard swords in like an XV on my back. I suppose. So I grabbed that. Just my basic +2 weapon that I started the game with, and I have a go with that. Oh, if it looks really bang on, are they all like clumped around?
Well, they're all
Grash.
yeah. So I mean, Huckter and Grash have been kind of maintaining a position in the sort of center there, between the halfway point between the throne and the entrance.
How many have left?
15 feet away from them now with the flaming sword, but Huckter and Grash are sort of being surrounded by these three, and they're kind of swirling around, dissipating, becoming mist, becoming turning invisible, disappearing, out here and there.
So probably flame strike wouldn't work because they'll just go really quick.
I mean, if you put it right in the middle on Huckter and Grash, it would definitely hit everybody.
Oh, including players.
Everybody.
Huckter and Grash.
It's tempting for a moment.
I'm okay with it.
That's definitely a chaotic neutral character.
Yeah. That's what I've been like.
I mean, Grash does look like he's taken at least he's taken a couple wounds, right? Or just
I think it's only once I've been hit. Yeah. I don't think that one shouldn't have hit me, but it's too late now. Doesn't matter.
I think it's going to have
I forgot I had the ring.
A good old classic Scully attack. Just to draw my faithful bastard sword and go and charge over to chop the nearest one, preferably on Grash.
All right, and Ashwin, sword in hand. What's he gonna do?
Take this flaming sword to the figurative throat of Casper.
All right, Tuckrin continuing to try to do what he can to rid the world of these evil creatures, and then finally Grash.
I think what happened last time went okay. Though this time I'm probably going to get hit, but I'll wait until after they've gone and then try and magic missile and retaliation. Seems to work out.
All right.
Like, what else can I do?
So first things first, Ashwin picks up the flaming sword, and it almost seems to draw the air creature that had been attempting to take him out before. It's not gonna hit though. And although it does, Ashwin's able to dodge to the side easily, and then the two that have been continuing to go on Grash, who shot the ones that each attempted to shoot with the lightning bolt. Guys,
I wonder if they're just like stupid clam level intelligence creatures that love fire, feed on fire. Like everybody just in a big
like
fire
moths.
pit.
It's imitating opposition elements. So the one of the creature's tentacles slaps into the side of Grash.
AC2.
I got it -1.
Yeah.
Oh, with 4 damage left.
4 damage. Okay.
The other one, Grash is able to sidestep out of the way of. And that takes us to you guys, which I never even had you roll. I will say you rolled a 3 this time. 4. 5.
I go on 5.
5 is me.
After you.
Magic first, so Grash first.
Roland, remind me of the speed of this sword.
Ooh. It's 19.
4.
Oh no. Hang on. Yeah, it's 4.
Is
But it's +2, so it's 4.
Yeah.
+3. 7. 10. So that's 5 missiles. How many enemies left?
There are 3 left. One is currently going hand in hand with Ashwin. He seems to be doing much. And then the other 2 are the ones that are immune.
Okay, I'll do two missiles on each of the ones on me, and then one on Ashwin's.
Okay.
Total 5 missiles. I love this. We're rolling well for the Wild Surge and just getting more magic.
That's cool.
So,
I imagine that would look crazy too. Like we would probably like
just see if,
like barely holding on to it. You know what I mean? And it'd be like unleashing out of him.
5 on one of the ones close to me. 9 on the other. And then Ashwin's 5 again.
All right, another one of them dissipates into nothingness. The one that JB had stabbed a couple of times. One that JB was actually making a move for, but he quickly reverses course. Go ahead, Pete. Why don't you attack the other one?
All right. That is 16.
Good magic missiles.
That's a +2, so I would hit a -2 on that. So I believe that hits.
Yep.
D4. What am I doing? And that's going to be 6 damage. Nice.
And that was at what, 5? 6?
That was at 6, yeah.
7?
That's us. 4 + 3.
Yeah, why don't we do Ashwin? Go ahead. Why don't you go, Luke, first one with the flaming sword?
Okay. Fighter untrained is -2, correct? So it just negates the pluses to
have
hit.
Have you got a proficiency in another I've got longsword?
Obviously, I've got proficiency in longsword.
So it's only -1 then.
-1.
Okay, -1.
According to, well, it's up to Bob, but that's normally
No,
a
that's
similar weapon
I agree.
category.
Totally agree. With
Just
that.
double checking. That means it's the same to hit with this +2 bastard sword as it is with my +1 longsword.
Yeah, because it's similar weapon category.
And that's -4.
Oh, you go. Okay.
It likes you.
D8. Where's my D8? There.
You should keep this flame tongue.
+3. 6 damage.
Okay. And I believe Roland. No, Roland would be going for the other one because it's on the other side. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, we just roll. Yeah, roll, Roland. On this way. 4 Pantalk. That's AC 3.
Not quite good enough.
Ping.
Hard
Second
to
attack.
roll to miss, but he does sometimes.
Oh, and a 3. Miss again. Oh, fuck's sake.
Way.
Double miss. 4 and a 3.
Nice. All right, go ahead, Tuxrin.
Come on, Scully. Oh, you stupid fucking thing.
Okay, that is a 14 on the die.
That'll do it for sure.
Yeah, it's at AC -3, I believe, or something similar. AC, yeah, -3. Okay, so that's going to be 13 damage.
And
with
yet
the old axe
is sent back through a miniature vortex to its home plane.
What, like a little plug hole?
Yeah, it's like, back
Wow.
Brilliant. Flushing them one at a time.
And you see, when these effects are done, that had to be painted. That wasn't CGI. Just so you know.
I totally think so. So nobody else has any extra attacks this round, or does
Not this round, no. Oh.
No, because I did 2 last time, rolled 2 4s, so this is my 1 attack round. Because this isn't my holy weapon, so I don't get my specialization.
Right. Nobody else has any other attack?
Nope.
All right, so the one that remains, you can its misty form sort of zips away and then it disappears, clearly escaping its fate.
Hey, sit down. It's your other dimensions to get out of the quest. Don't we get a free attack?
Well, I mean, it always goes first, so.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like it can.
That's what it does.
It
It zips.
I will name that survivor Jer.
Just one Jer to
The ghost of Jer.
Ghost of Jer. Yeah, that's funny.
I wave my fist at it angrily as it flees.
It must flee like pretty fast. Speedy boy.
I mean, it's mist, so it can really just mist away.
Mystifying.
That's because y'all kept missing him.
That's the
My
nature
missiles
of
did not
misadventure.
miss.
All right, so the room goes quiet. And you're kind of able to gather yourselves. Does anybody want to do any healing or anything like that before you continue on?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast like I figured JB's pretty beat up, right?
Yeah.
So I'll go with 2 cure light wounds. That's a 4 and that's a 7. So 11.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm totally done with healing. That was
well
like my
out
last
of it,
chaos.
so I'm not even going to make fun of the new guy's bow.
The fuck were those things?
How's everybody else looking?
Just but a flesh wound.
Your arm's off.
I've been hurt, but
I'm untouchable.
That's 6.
You're eliminated.
6.
6 for me.
6 for you.
Okay. 7. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. Does anybody know what those were? I have never seen such a creature.
No.
Hmm.
Me
I
either.
assume the elements of like the storm, maybe. The lightning seemed to empower them.
A part of me part of Roland wants to admit that he was alarmed, but part of the fucking orb goes, no, don't show any weakness. And I'm like,
It's like, you have done well. Once again, you've proven yourself.
Yeah.
The true master of this evil domain. Surely you should rule these creatures, not be fighting against them.
Hush now, I say to it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I stagger away a bit from the party so they can rejuvenate.
Is there anything else around here? What do we see in this area, Rob?
And
there's the items on the body.
The body had a rod with a emerald tip.
Dibs.
There's like I said, there's like the stone throne area, and then the rest of it's sort of a basic. It looks a little out of place for sure. There's the body, who is.
I searched the steps of the stone.
Yeah, I'm looking around all the basic treasure.
Yeah, it's because people sometimes hide stuff under steps, don't they? Stone steps and shit. I don't know, I'm just guessing. I'll mooch about by the throne, generally, Bob.
All right, so, the murder hobos, done with their murder, start doing their hobo thing and stealing everything. Nailed down.
There was like a zombie. What are we murdering here?
I have to watch JB, otherwise he robs everything, man. Fuck's sake.
All right.
Excuse me, that was rude.
The rod is lying there on the ground.
It's true, though.
The rolling
it wasn't true.
Start digging around with the throne, and Roland pushes on a particular part of the stone, and his eyebrows raise, and a little smile comes onto his face. And notice a small niche in the right side of the chair, a secret niche. And you can see, like, upon it opening, that within are a number of gems, many gems.
More gems.
Make Pete, make me 3 appraisal checks.
3 appraisals. Okay. Intelligence 14. 14 made it. 11 made it. 11 made it.
All right, so there are 26 chunks of deeply blue lapis lazuli that are worth 20 gold pieces each. There are 20 moonstones worth 50 gold pieces each. And there are 5 blue, is it pronounced spinels or spinels?
Spinel, yeah.
Spinel. There are 5 blue spinels, each worth 500 gold pieces.
You said the lapis were 20 each?
Lapis 20.
Okay.
Moonstones 50. And the blue spinels 500. Now, but I will say this is actually Roland that found this. Letting me do this, you'll eventually do this. But Roland also notices within this, and its attention is immediately drawn to it. A much larger gem. Marine. One that seems to shimmer with power.
Ooh, I think we
Roland immediately realizes would fit into the skull that he possesses. He feels sort of like almost like a shudder of ecstasy that seems to emanate from the skull as it comes within near distance of it.
It is like biting into a York peppermint patty.
It's say like
the last one we need, isn't it?
Eerie green fucking light on Roland's face as he greedily picks it up. He just cackles a bit.
Roland touches it.
Yeah.
Apparently Roland touches it.
Roland touches it?
Well, if I touch it, what happens? Do we all leave?
We all leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I reach close and you see my hand about to touch it, and then I hear something on the other, like I hear the players, and I go, I look around for a second, and I come out my funky moment. The gem, I say, the gem of power is here.
And you touched it.
You don't touch everything.
In that case, I touched it.
You said we touched it, right?
Okay.
That's what they said. They're trying to be sneaky.
Are you trying to back out of it now? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I'm back out of my shit. I touch it.
It's up to you. I'll let you back out of it, but I kind of feel like you played Roland there.
Yeah,
I did, but I thought I was denying the players. So I
felt like you did.
I felt like I was denying the players' agency, but yeah.
I'm not denying players' agency. Everybody plays their characters, and it's.
I fucking cackle. I cackle and scoop it up.
Scoop it up, no. Man.
Yeah, that's when it says, "Oh no."
I mean, no. Ashwin doesn't know the details unless the details have all been shared in explicit detail. But the thought when we teleport is, "Oh no," because my dog got left behind.
Oh,
that's right.
How far away is it?
It's not close.
We'll say your dog is.
Because I'll just break down and cry, and we'll have to go back to the air area so I can recover more.
What happens if you're familiars in like a different realm, like a different dimension?
Well, it's not really a familiar, is it? It's a pet because I'm not a druid.
I thought you said you'd die if it was gone, though.
No, I won't physically. Like it'll destroy me emotionally.
Okay. I thought you meant like literally dying.
No.
I thought so too. I thought you were saying that like literally you would die.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
You know, when you asked about had you been told stuff, well, surely the druid would have, said, well, you're obviously the agent that needs to go on in this for the nature people. So you would have been shared pretty much how the skull fundamentally needs to do and how we transport. I would have shared that with you if you'd have asked me during the weeks anyway. I was going to brag about its power. I'd have gone, yes.
Ashwin likes to more keep to himself, though, so he'd probably spent most of his time scouting and up in the air and not too worried about what the players get up to. So it doesn't quite fit. So no, I probably wouldn't have picked up any of that information. All right.
Time to start crying. Do you want to get like a roll to see if I think you said the rod. I heard one of you say yoink. Did you manage to yoink it before we got yoinked?
Oh no, JB already got it. I'm sure. He said dibs, so I assume that he was like,
yeah.
JB's hands are fast.
I mean, I would say that he probably I mean, he might not be keeping it, but
yeah, I'm fine. I just wanted to see, like, is it back there still? Leave it everything.
Did he just reach out to scoop it and it just went poof?
Imagine. That'd be awful. Hawk blocked from loot.
Yeah.
So now we're in the Temple of Water.
Breaks down and cries, and the other half of the party goes, this is interesting.
It's not the Temple of Water, it's like the water node. We still haven't found the Temple for Water, which is the one place we were looking for was the Temple of Water, because it was like the divining said it was the weakest one or something. Like the water weeps while the others fight or something like that.
The proper mage clue there.
It's been 1,000 years. It's an archipelago.
I've in theatre within the proper dimension of the game done what my character would do. So the gem must now just rule what happens.
I mean, I would have back on it, but all right, here we go.
It's fine.
I mean, surely you'd have heard me cackle for a round or two before you could have grabbed something. I don't know.
Where's this not playing? Play.
Yo, it's a little desert island music.
Okay, so with a faint sizzle and then an ear-popping clap, you appear in midair before free-falling a short distance into warm water. You appear to be in a calm pool, and under the surface of the water, you can see a vibrant array of fanciful coral outcroppings.
If any of you pee in here, I'm going to punch you.
The nooks and crannies of the coral reef are occupied by a myriad of equally colorful fish and other creatures, some of which dart in and out of the rocky labyrinth.
Willing to bet this is the water node.
It doesn't matter how nicely you say it, I'm getting the fuck out of this water.
Yeah. All right, hey, we're going to end a little early. We're going to stop there because you just got into this place. I think this is a little perfect place to stop. I'm wrecked, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So this is a good place to stop. I want to give you guys some XP too. That was actually a really hard battle. Those were neat creatures to run.
Good game.
Those are awful. Yeah.
That was fun. Those things were really cool. Like I was
wondering, like, how bad do they get if they get powered up? You're saying they're getting stronger. It's like,
no, I was just role playing that. I was just
okay. Stop scaring me so
cinema.
much.
Well, I mean, it said that they were they were immune to lightning bolt. So I was just kind of like, how would that, maybe kind of absorb it or whatever, I like creatures. So like, the chagrin grooves. I don't know if you recall when you fought them. Those were those little, the soil beasts, the little things with the spikes all over there and the claws. And I didn't kill. Was it? Who died there? Arcus? No. Somebody? Yeah, it's Arcus, right? Yeah, it's Arcus.
Where?
Against the chagrin grooves, those first grooves. And they were weird. The things that were digging through the ground. It was in the earth node. And
yeah.
These are like the air versions of those guys. And I like these weird kind of I don't know, like powers, like they kind of like they disappear and reappear in mist, stuff like that. Always go first. Like that's a weird, you know what I mean? Like it's just they're a little different. I think it's even their damage is 3d4. Like that's just a weird die damage, like a dice calculation. So
I've got a really good mean that has 3d4, like really good average damage.
Yeah, exactly. Morton, I could totally dicked on the XP for these guys.
Wow, a massive spider just ran across the floor, bro. It's huge. It's good. It wants to bottom my shaver.
Your shaver, huh?
It's fucking huge.
All right.
The cat will get it.
Yeah, it's not okay here. It's pretty good though. So everybody gets 3,438.
3,438.
Okay.
Getting you ready for the next session with this music here. This tropical, beautiful tropical landscape. And then the Idris screws were 4 hit dice each, and there were 6 of them, so that's 24 hit dice on those guys.
24 hit dice.
And then Pete will have to do his treasure XP again soon. You got like a lot from the White Dragon layer as well, so
yep.
You guys should probably figure out the cost. I think you do 6 shares, right? If I'm not mistaken. Just to give Pete XP, but yeah, I know we're stopping a little early, but I just think it's a good time to stop and
I'm tired anyway, and I've got a lot on tomorrow, so
I want to take some
Pete's
drugs and go to bed.
2 weeks, I guess. Then book club's next week. So in 2 weeks, everybody good with that?
Yeah.
No problem.
Always good.
Oh, hang on a minute. What's that date?
I'm good.
17.
I'm in Norway. I'm in fact. Hang on. That's either the night before or the day I travel. I could play if you made it another day, a bit later in. See, what I've got to do is fly there and then drive up. So I've got to drive. I'm flying from England to halfway to Norway, and then I'm driving half the length of Norway into the polar circle to a place called Mo i Rana. That's going to take me about a day and a half.
As long just end this story with where you're going to visit the Rodruna, and it's all
literally.
No, that's fine. If we can't do it, that's fine. That's fine.
But if you can do it, but I can do it. I'm going to visit a wedding, you see, but I can probably do it at some point else in that week. But if it can't be done, then I probably can't. If it's the night before, I might be able to if it's earlier. Let me check with my family, but it's very unlikely. I'm sorry. I'm out fucking
Oh, it's
out.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. Real life. It's real life. It's fine. We'll figure it out offline. Thanks to the literally dozens of people who've been watching this. That's very cool. Yeah, that was fun, guys. 3 of the 4 power gems. And once you put it in the skull,
we'll know what it does.
I think we just saw watch history.
Those creatures as well as you can.
All right, good night, guys. We'll leave with this music here. Let me just do something for everybody.
Loving it.
All right.